Hi gang, another update on the Enterprise, only this is a specific update on a little test I tried. I've been scratching windows. You've seen in a previous video I have the upper saucer done on the Enterprise, but I was talking to my wife about it, and she knows I've been spending a lot of time scratching windows. She said, don't they make some kind of liquid you can use as a mask? And I thought, yes, they do, liquid mask. So she thought maybe I should put liquid mask in the windows, then paint it, then scratch the windows out, or lift the liquid mask out. Now she's very artistic and very talented. So and she's a lot more open-minded than I am. So her creative side is always going. Mine's closed sometimes. So I thought I'd better try this. So I got some liquid mask. Which one did I use? Buried in this mess. Oh, here it is. There we go. So I used micro mask. And I gave it a shot. So let's watch a few videos I shot while attempting this. And then I'll come back with a few important comments on the whole process. That are pretty interesting. Okay, watch this and we'll see how it turned out. But first, spoiler alert. Okay, first attempt using micro mask. Try not to get too much the first time. It's quite a bit that winds up on the toothpick. So that's too much. Might have to try something different point. Anyhow. Put too little on the first time. See how that works out. Already seems like this is going to be more difficult than scratching. I think perhaps we're going to have to go to something besides a toothpick. Well, we got 3 of them in. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to let that dry and see how it looks. We'll come back with another tool and see if it works out better. Okay, it was going on kind of clunky using the toothpick, but I stepped away for about 2 hours, and let's see, I'm going to have to come in close and then back up here. There you go. The micro mask kind of settled in to those windows. 1 or 2 need a little touch up, but it didn't look that good when I walked away. So this might work, but I'm going to try. Let's try it with a needle this time. So I've got a pin. And we'll dip it here in the micro mask. Okay, let's see how this. Again, it's not, I don't think you're going to be able to see this. There, it kind of beads up on the pin. And hold it. Try and get it out on the edge. No. Nope. Okay. Now I've got too much. I dropped the bead on there. Let's try another one. Got another bead. Now maybe we'll drag this out. Drag it down the length of the window. See how that works out. Another one. This one doesn't quite have enough in it. Don't want to walk away from this window now. Alright, that's it. It's in. So, that's about it. They don't look great when they first go on. So, I'm going to continue on. We'll fill in the rest of the windows. We'll let it sit, see how it settles in. And then we'll come back and take a look at it. I think the pin is the way to go. It's a little better than the toothpick. We'll fill them all in. See how it looks, and can't hurt. We'll spray it over and get started. Worst comes to worst, we gotta strip it all off and do it over and scratch them out. But this looks pretty good. Got some hopes for this. All right, catch you next time. Okay, we got it sprayed down with some black for light blocking. And in my top coat of flat gold gray, we have all the masks underneath. Well, I masked most of the windows. Maybe when we're done, we'll compare the masked ones with the. I'll scratch off some of the unmasked ones and see what they look like. But here goes nothing. We'll start peeling off some masks. So it doesn't come off that easy. Brush. I can feel the mask, but it doesn't present itself. Kind of just have to scratch it off anyway. So that's kind of a bust right there. You can feel the mask. It's kind of rubbery. Does not come off in one piece. Okay, so you can see it. I didn't show too much video on actually pulling the mask up because it started turning out really bad, and I may have used a few words there that I shouldn't. Well, SpongeBob SquarePants calls them sentence enhancers, so I may have used a few sentence enhancers during the process, but well, it's fixed. But first, let's talk about what went wrong when I pulled those up, and I'll show you a few pictures. I'll read these from a script because I'm a professional, and also I tend to forget things. What were we talking about again? Oh yeah. Okay. Some of the windows when I put the liquid mask in didn't fill up completely. You know, I let it dry and sink down and seep into the windows. some of them didn't have enough, so they were a half or 3/4 full. So I said, all right, fine, I'll put a little bit more in there and fill up the rest of the window because they're kind of oblong. When doing that and trying to fill up like the other half of the window, you so much as touch the liquid mask that's dry, pops right out. You almost just have to breathe on it and it comes out. And I did wash this model with some soap and water to get the release agent off of there, so it was nice and clean. So they don't hold very well. When you get the paint on, it's fine. When I pulled up one mask out of a window, if you grabbed it and the entire mask came up, it would also pull the surrounding paint. It wouldn't pull just the paint that was on top of it. It would pull a big chunk all around it, and it would come up. So you almost have to cut out the paint around the mask and then lift it, which is just too much. Also, some of the liquid mask seeped out of the window, and you can't see it. The liquid mask is blue. When it's filling up a window, it looks blue. But if a little bit seeps out outside the window, it's very thin, and you don't see it. And then when you go to scratch the window and the liquid mask comes up, the part that seeped out, that comes up as well, and now you have a giant gap in the paint. So all three of those. Well, we'll take a look. I'll show a few pictures here, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so that's it. I repaired. I went nuts and scratched all the liquid mask out, everything around it. Almost ruined the whole piece. Resprayed it. Scratched the windows out again. But through all that product, I've got way too much paint on this now. I got a gloss coat on it, getting ready for decals. But it's there. When it's lit up, it still looks cool, so we're okay there. So if any of you guys have other experience with liquid mask, or think I did something wrong, or think the results should have been better, go ahead and throw a comment on there. Maybe you want to make me feel good and agree with me and say it just won't work for that. My wife said it might try. She said maybe try Vaseline, but I don't know. It's too hard to apply that, and that's define the space, and I don't know how it would come up afterwards, because I think you'd have to kind of when you wipe it out, or it wouldn't come up in one piece like liquid mask does. In any event, I welcome all comments, and we'll continue to march with this model. And when it's all said and done, it's going to look cool and still having fun. Thanks for watching.